You have been programmed through banking and television commercials and your life as a human being to feel like having a high credit score makes you a better person and having a lower credit score makes you a lesser person. We cringe at the thought of our credit score falling because we cringe at the thought of the failure and diminishment of our social emotional status if we have a lower credit score. If your credit score falls, so falls your morality, your integrity, and everyone else must see that, right? They must all know you're a bad person because your credit score fell. If it weren't true, it wouldn't work. The fact that it works, the fact that I know from experience that you are likely listening to me right now thinking, oh God, okay, maybe I see some truth in what he's saying. Yeah, all right, I know the bank wants to emotionally manipulate me. Sure, I want the tool of my credit score in case I ever want to borrow money, but I'm so in debt right now, I'm probably not going to be borrowing money anytime soon. But my credit score at 580, 520, that feeling right there inside you, that sense of, that is the social emotional programming working. Just in case you don't believe me, I'll give you an example. You remember those commercials from a little while back? They started popping up 10, 15 years ago for the websites that allow you to monitor your credit score. There were commercials with a little band playing music, singing in a very catchy tune about how horrible your life will be if your credit score falls. They were talking about you're going to wind up working at the Renaissance Fair, living in your parents' basement, driving old junker cars, literally being unlovable. That is the emotional element that these commercials addressed if you have a low credit score. They didn't come along and say, hey, you know what? The next time you buy a car, you're going to pay a little higher interest rate. They said you're going to be living in your parents' basement, lonely and unlovable if you have a low credit score. There was another one, I forget which site it was for, but it pictured 3 guys in Lycra bodysuits. And the 2 guys on the outside were these big, strapping, gorgeous, muscular, young, handsome, virile men with the numbers 750 and 800 blazoned across their chests. And then there was the short, paunchy, bald guy in the middle with like a horror movie style hockey mask on with the number 525 on his chest. If that's not emotional programming, I can't tell you what is.